What's going on, Tamers? It's your boy Dan from DigiGuard United, bringing you guys a meta snapshot. It's been a while since we've done a big event for like a regional Ulti Cup. Today we're gonna be talking about noHEROES February online Ulti Cup. This was for EU, I believe. So we got a top 16 breakdown. We got, everybody's decks from top 16. We're going to jump into it and see what we got. First off, we got a winner for Purple Hybrid. Shout out Purple Hybrid, my favorite deck, one of my favorite decks in this current format. Congrats to Jules544 for that W. We got four Purple Hybrids, 2 Blue-Green Imperial, 3 Armors, 2 Gallants, 2 Pyramidi, which is a surprise. Can't wait to talk about those. Black Hybrid, Ace Control, and Mirage. I feel like Black Hybrid, Ace Control is probably very similar decks, so I kind of bunched them all together. So like what I like to do for our big breakdown is combine all the decks that are the same and talk about them all at once, and then look at the differences and so on. So first off, we're gonna hop right into the winner, Purple Hybrid for Jules544 deck list. Realistically, this is just Purple Hybrid nowadays, right? You got the Goblins for gaining memory, Gods to stop other people from gaining memory, Siyakos for the draw one, trash one, Guillemon for the rush, your Uko galore, your Purple Hybrids. You have Argomon to stop your the mirror match. Basically, you got 2 Medieval Gallant in this deck list and 2 Nidhogg. I guess you really like having the Medieval over a regular Gallimon that gets rush, and then reduce the play cost for every reduce the play cost by 2 for every 5 in combined in each trash. So if you hit 35, it's free. Super good. But Medieval, being able to control the board if they try to play something is super good. Blow things up, attack into things. You're basically dealing with potentially 2 bodies on board with it. Really good card. Nidhogg, trash, gain some memory, and then your options. Here's my surprise is not seeing the Deathslinger. I think Deathslinger is such a good card for the deck. Unless you extend plays, you mill it, allows you to kill things for cheap. Really good. So he got the Calling, 4 Jack Ray is a must, 3 boosts. I like Miss Men boosts, in my opinion, just because I want more things in my trash milled. But that's just my personal preference. 4 rivals, so more chance of hitting rivals and security. Always really good. 2 Koichi, 4 Koichi. That 6 split is always a must in this deck. Then he has 3 OG Mat, and then the 1 starter deck. The starter deck one is cute. You do a lot of trash in the deck, so like I could understand why you want it. I just don't think it's as necessary as the OG Mat. And then the 1 Louis, and then he has the 4-1 split with the Cupid and Demimera to gain more memory. Next one, this is does it tell you top 4 Purple Hybrid piloted by Kuzalotis probably. Honestly, this deck is exactly the same. There's nothing to change. This is cookie cutter right here. The only difference is the Gallimon. He has 1 Medieval and then 2 of the Rush Gallant, which is kind of crazy, and that's a lot in my opinion. Because you don't really need it for the one time, but hey, if you're able to have 2, play 2, that'd be crazy in my opinion, right? And then he's running 4 Purple Members instead of 3 like the other one was playing, because he was running I don't know, probably the extra Tamer, extra Digimon in that one spot instead, because he's running 2 here. And then the 4, he's running 1 less Jack Raid, which is crazy. You gotta have 4 Jack Raids, man. This is the type of deck for 4 Jack Raids. And then he's literally running the same exact Tamers, except with the 1 less of the new Koichi. Next one we got is top 16 Purple Hybrid, Killian S. This one's a little bit different. Surprise, surprise. We got some variations. Rookie lineup is different because he has the Ignitemon. Everything else is the same. So he's running that Ignitemon because he's running Mervamon, as you can see. Mervamon is pretty cool. So you're going to be playing that for like 8 cost basically. So the reduction of its own plus the memory gain from the Ignite makes the A cost drop. So then you can play other champions level 4. You can play low 4 or lower Digimon, up to 2 of them. So an idea you can do is you do a lot of milling, mill. Then you get to the point where you hard play you play out double Velgra and then they mill more, potentially for game. You can do that. You can, you know, gain a crap ton of memory, play it, and then start swinging because she has rush. And, you know, you could do things like that. Because I think she give rush to things as blocker? Gives rush to things that has blocker retail, and gives rush to things that has retail and crosshair. So you're never gonna have, you're really ever gonna have the rush. It's just really there. It's just a setup for the next turn a lot of times, unless you can, you know, keep turning and rush yourself. And then the one Gallimon, pretty cool. Calling 3 Jack Raid again. This type of deck, 4 Jack Raid, a must. 4 purple men boost, 4 rivals, and then the same tamers, basically nothing really different. And 3-2 split of the egg is interesting. And the last Velgar loop, like call it purple hybrid, top 16 Don Black. This is basically again same list, nothing different except he's went with the 1-1 split of the medieval and the Gallon, and he's running 2 Argomon instead of just 1. Pretty cool. And then options the same, tamers the same, nothing too different really from the other list. Next we got is Blue Green Imperial, piloted by Giftword. This is the second place one. Imperial kind of like comes in and out of formats, I feel like, because during the Nats run there wasn't many Imperials being ran, but now it's back again. People realize it's still a really good deck, and there's nothing wrong with just still being a really good deck. Nothing really different. You have your usual Vmon suspects with the Wormons that searchers, the ones that let you evo from trash with that 1 Wormon, the things that let you evo for cheaper with the promo Vmon, and then your champion lineup. You got the XVs that gain memory. You got the new one that gains rush. Not new, but the BT 17, I think it is. What is it? 16, 17. 16 that has raid on body. He's running the armor, the Toga Mogumon, which sorry, and then your other Stingmons, the one that lets you gain memory, and then the one that you can play for 1 cost cheaper if you have an X Vmon play or blue Digimon play, I think it is. Yeah, if you have a blue Digimon play, most times it's gonna be X Vmon. And then low 5s. It's only low 5s you can run, in my opinion. He's running for low 6s though. 2 Hexablow. That's a thing nowadays in today's Imperial list. Hexablow is such a good card, especially since DNA. And you kind of have an extra source or 2, I think it is, to keep that Hexablow from being, you know, killed and whatnot, and stops your opponent from attacking. 2 DMs, and then 1 OG fighter mode, and then the Ace, and then the Paladin mode. Really good cards. Not surprised about that ratio. And then options, I'm just kind of surprised. I feel like there's no room for this deck for certain things. He has a Giga Death that could potentially board wipe. Hammer Spark for the extra memory. 2 of the Return of the Primogenitor, being able to evo for cheaper, and then if your Digimon were to get deleted, you can evo up again instead. 2 J memory boosts. This is kind of like the new one to the deck because of the LM set. So this allows you to grab a blue or green Digimon card to your hand, and then it's memory later on. Not bad. 2 Davis, and then the 4 Davis again. Really good list. Not surprised. It's still doing well because it's Imperial. It's nothing wrong. Nothing got hit yet, so not surprised. Same with the top 8 from Agumon Galago. This list looks pretty much similar to the other one. A little bit more rookies on the other one, I believe, or he's running 1 or 2 less. 1 or 2 difference, but he kept it pretty concise on his rookies. Champions is basically the same without the armor. Realistically, those are the only low 5s you need, is the Partition, Pyojimon, and then the starter deck one. The other one's is like the worst one. Like, I guess it comes up in niche situations, but it's like meh. 5s, the 6s I should say. He's running the starter deck Imperial. That's more of like the more OTK go get him style, right? Because you can play out 2 sources, you keep turn, play 2 sources out, DNA again to another Pyodra, swing, pop off. You know what I'm saying? Like, you do a lot with it, like an OTK. 1 of that DM, the newer one, and then fighter mode, 2 aces, and he's running Medieval Gallimon. I mean, you can evo into So it's not a bad play, honestly. Medieval Gallimon is just a great card, very generic, can be played in almost any deck possible. Such a good card. And then Paladin mode. 4 Primogenitors. Yo, this man really lived and died by this card. It seems like being able to evo into a low 5 or higher Digimon card with free trade with the reduced cost by 4 is crazy. So you just 2 cost evo basically. And anytime it gets deleted, you can evo into another Digimon instead. Really, really good. 3 Jade Menbu. So he's not running the options like Giga Death or Hammer Spark. He went full on Jade Menbus for the more searching, and then the memory gain later on. Really good. And then the 4-2 split of Davis and Davis Ken. This card, I always say, is the best card in the deck. Super needed. Great card. Next we're getting into armors section. We got Yellow Vaccine Armors. This was top 4, piloted by Spike Super Saiyan 4. Cool to see Yellow Vaccine still doing things. This is a little bit more updated, different version. Very different. I'm just looking at it real quick. This is pretty cool. I like this. I like this a lot. This is interesting. So off rip, he's got just a Salamon base. So here's the cool thing. I love this base for when I was making yellow shenanigans or like Magnadramon tribal decks. This Salamon is so good, right? So this is the inherited effect. This is the EX1 one. Inherited. When attacking, if you have 3 or more security, you draw 1. And then the Sal X, when Digivolve, and look at the top card of your security stack, and you may add it to your hand, and you do recover 1. So you can always just keep drawing cards basically and recover. It's such a good card. And then with this combined, you can always just Evo swing, gain more draw. Really, really good. Then this Salamon is the one that started your main phase. If you have 3 more security cards, you may add the top card of your security stack to the hand. If you have 2 or fewer, you may place 1 yellow card with vaccine trade from your hand at the top or bottom of your deck. I love seeing that. Just because, like, just from my personal love of jank decks, because you can evo this over here over the start main one. You can like grab 2 cards off of your security. You could do a lot with it. I think it's really cool. Really neat idea that someone did a Gatomon armor base and then a top end Magna X is so cool to me. And then you have the Gatomon that, when in fact trash this card from your security set, you may play without paying the cost. He has Barrier on body, and then all turns, once per turn, when a card is removed from your security set, gain a memory, and then Heritable Barrier. And then he's running armors as well, so we're gonna talk about the newer one. This one's really, really good. Lynxmon, he has Raid on body. When drawing one of your opponent's Digimon gets -3k for the turn, so you can potentially raid over it at 5k. Pretty good. And then he's running the Nefertimon. This is the BT9 one. So when attacking, one of your opponent's Digimon gets -2k for the turn. It's high. You can evo over your champions, which is pretty good. Same thing with this Linkmon. You can evo over a Gatomon for free. Super good. You can also obviously evo over your rookies for the 2 cost. Same with Nefertimon. And then your low 5s is kind of the obvious choice of your Angewomon and Magna Angel aces. And then your top end is 4 Magna X's. You have armor, so you always get the effect, which is pretty cool. And then you have Barrier as well, which is kind of weird for Magna X. Like, you don't need it, but you have it. You know what I'm saying? Pretty cool. And then you have Bond of Friendship on top end, so you can just blast over it. And because remember, it's yellow, blue, and black, which is pretty cool. Gain effects I've talked about. Buff before, being able to return 2 of your opponent's Digimon with equal or fewer sources to the bottom of the deck. And when attacking, you have a Tamer on suspended Digimon. Pretty good. And then Omni for game. Omni for game is always goated. 1 Awakening and a Golden Knight, 1 Blinding Ray, 2 Heaven's Judgment, 3 Physical Trainings, 3 Yellow Men Boost, and then 2 TK. This is the Memory Tamer one, and then 1 of the restricted one. Really good cards. And he's running the Nyaromon egg. So this is inherited when attacked once percent by trashing top or bottom card of your security stack. Gain 1 memory. So you can set up your Gatomon plays for sure and be able to play it out for free, evo for free, and then like do a bunch of shenanigans. I think it's pretty cool. The fact that this deck topped is crazy to me. I love seeing stuff like this topping. Next we got is your normal Magna armors, your Vmon base. Go into your Magnas, go into Magna X. all the normal shenanigans you see in a Magna Armor's deck. Wakuma to make sure you're undirectable, you know, unredirectable basically, which is pretty good. Running the BOF too in this and IPM makes sense. Omnimon for game. I guess this is I feel like Blitz Omni wasn't used as much lately, but I guess recently, or at least EU, they're using Blitz Omni a lot more than we have, which is interesting. And then you got your whole bunch of your options. Final Zubagon Punch is really good. I'm actually surprised they're not running the Shulin, I think it is, the Police Tamer that gives alliance to your X Antibody Digimon as an inheritable. Running Blue Mem Boost, Scrambles, Trainings, Awakening, of course, 3 Blinding Ray. Guess he wants to activate his effect way more than not. Heaven's Judgment, and then just 2 Tamers, which is crazy to me that you only have 1 Davis and 1 TK. That's crazy because I think this one needs a Tamer, right? When this Digimon will digivolve into a card with the free tree, if you have a Tamer, reduce the digivolve cost by 1. So the fact you're not even running the promo Davis in this deck is crazy to me. I've never seen that. You always see promo Davis at least. You rarely ever see TK in this type of deck, unless it's yellow base. But hey, kudos to him. He was able to make it work. Next we got is top 16 Magna Armors piloted by Elbay 44. Hey, look, this is a more normal Magna Armors type deck list in my opinion. The rookies that you always need in this deck, your Magnus, your Huan Kun, the Zudo Ace, Magna. Quartzmon is an interesting choice because Quartzmon can evo over black, and guess what Magna X is? Black as well. So you have that option. You have 2 IPMs. You have a Blitz Omni. Really interesting choice, Quartzmon. Quartzmon can definitely F up a lot of decks in today's meta, especially like Purple Hybrid, any other hybrid decks, suspending your Tamers and not being able to. They also suspend other Digimon, which is super good. Gallimon can't do anything about it at that point unless you Evo and you have the correct amount of inheritables to delete 15k, or you hard drop the BT13 Gallon that kills 13k or higher. I don't know, I'm just going on a tangent about the Quartz. But anyways, in general, Quartzmon is really good in this format, I think. So kudos to him for running it. Options, he's got Zubagon, Tri-Arm. This is a really good card too. Be able to digivolve 3 of your opponent's Digimon, and then they have to start their main phase attack with that Digimon, so you can potentially force them to block into Magnus. Really good. And then the rest of the options: Boosts, Scrambles, Trainings, an X Antibody, Awakening, Blinding Ray, Heaven's Judgment. Here's they are. Shu Yulin. This is the one I was talking about. So you can link it to Magna X, and then it gains was a Piercing and Alliance, something like that. Just Alliance, I'm sorry. And Reboot. So pretty good. Then you have Davis and the promo Davis as well, I mentioned before. So I was surprised the other deck didn't run it, because this on play you can play a Vmon from your hand for free. Starting main phase, gain a memory. Really good. Next we got is Gallamon's top 8 Gallimon by Fotu Aran. Gallimon is an interesting place. I don't know if you want to consider it tier 1 or tier 1.5 ish, but it's a really good deck in today's game. He is going on a very versatile version, I feel like. 4 Searchers, 2 of the Rush, 2 of the Warper Guilmon, and the 4 Gilex. And he's running 4 of the Takato player. Yeah, it's the one that plays Takato for free. He's also running 1 of this Growlmon, inherited when an opponent's Digimon is deleted, gain a memory. And then 3 Growl X's. I feel like, I don't know if this one's as needed, but only running 8 champions is crazy in my opinion. I could be wrong, but I don't know. 1 War Growl that plays Takato or Guilmon from trash after milling. This one I have 3 of. Being able to delete your opponent's Digimon 4k or less and no Digimon's deleted. Team may digivolve this Digimon into a level 6 card with Gallimon with a reduced play cost by 1. Cool. Only 2 War Growl X, which is interesting. I would think that would be a higher number. Medieval Gallon in this deck. I guess he wanted to run all the Gallimons possible. Man got 3 secret rares in this deck. You got the secret medieval, the secret gallant, and then the secret gallant X. Pretty cool. Medieval Gallant's cool card. Like I mentioned before, you can deal with a lot of bodies, deal with opponents' boards pretty easily with it. Downside with this, if you're running this, you can never evo Gallant X over it because it has to be Gallimon. 2 Gallants and then the BT13 one as well, and then the Crimson mode, pretty cool. Option wise, 4 trainings, 4 boosts. Consistency is key in this deck, in my opinion. And then 1/1 split with X Antibody Pro form. 2 Tocado, the Blitz one, and then this one is from the BT17 one. This one allows you end of turn, I think it is, to warp. So Biomerge. And then you have 1 cool boy to add that consistency, which is pretty good. Gallimon is an awesome deck right now. Being able to, you can kind of like play it to your own style too with certain cards. Obviously, it's probably your optimized things, but I've seen a variety of Gallimon decks at this point that run different things for different purposes. Like this guy running the medieval and whatnot. Pretty cool. Another Gallimon, we have top 16, Moses the Gallant 01. Like I mentioned before, this sometimes you just play to what you like instead. He's running this Guilmon. This is the one that lets you once per turn when one of your Calamon or Tamers with Takao in the name is played, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 3k or less. If this effect didn't delete gain of memory, so a way to gain free memory, or delete opponent's floodgates are annoying. He's running this Growlmon. This is the BT17 one. When Digivolve and delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 4k or less. If the Digimon didn't leak, gain 3k. Like I mentioned before, Gallimon is in a nice spot because there's so much support over the years that you can kind of pick and choose which ones you like, and they all work well together, kind of. And this one, no medieval, just keep it pure. 4 Gallant X's, 2 BT17 Gallant, and then the 1 BT13 super rare Gallimon. 2 Crimson modes is a must. As you can see, ain't no one ever playing the old Crimson mode because these just don't need it. Ace is just so much better in my opinion. 4 offense trainings, 2 boosts, and then 2 scrambles. Not surprised. 2 X Antibody and then 1 Protoform. And then this is the one that the X2 Blitz one. Such a good deck right now. Next, this is exciting to see. Top 8. Pyramidimon piloted by Bloody. What a name right there. Offer up medieval Gallimon being thrown in this deck as well. You're never ever going to evo into it. It's just a hard drop. I feel like the medieval is basically, if you can't OTK with Pyramidimon and you're not set up, you want to make sure you can clear your board as much as possible, and you hard drop that medieval for a 7, and now you watch your opponent try to make the comeback, and if they can, now you go for game. That's kind of what he probably was doing. Or medieval was carrying. You just hard drop it when you didn't see Pyramid and call it a day and watch your opponent struggle sometimes. Could be a thing. I don't know. No way to search either. So it's just scramble, black boost, and then trainings. So if you bottom deck them, you bottom deck them. But yeah, so Rocks Pyramid is all about gaining a giant stack, black stack to evo your Pyramid, so you can do the Pyramid effects to be able to trash, unsuspect, second attack +1. And then you pop off and you try OTK people. Really good. I like seeing this deck being in topping because I've joked about saying it's a bad deck. I don't think it's necessarily a bad deck. It's a deck that has weaknesses, and they're strong weaknesses in my opinion. But if you know how to navigate the matchups, I think you can do really well with it. Another thing I just noticed, off rip, he's running 4 Gagumon. He is very I guess he feels the OG Gagumon from BT4 is very important to the deck because this is his main low 5, which is interesting. Beam Digiburst, gain +2k for until your opponent's next turn, and then all turns inheritable +1k. So being able to trash one of the sources and gain an effect at that moment is pretty important. And he's only running the 1 Gagumon, the new one, and then 2 Proganomon, which is interesting. I think this one is probably, I thought that would be your main go-to because you have the fragment on it, you have piercing plus collision. I guess he felt the Gagumon is so important for Pyramid plays. Who cares about the Progano main abilities, right? And then Pyramid being able to when Digivolve when attacking by trashing any 3 sources, you can gain second attack +1 and unsuspend. So I guess you could chip damage with Gagumon because you're gonna be pretty big, I would say. And then you go into the Pyramid Digivolve effect, unsuspend, gain second attack +1, swing out. And in return, you may place up to 3 cards with Mineral Rock from trash, the bottom deluge card. So you're set up. Like, you do a lot of combos with it. 2 black boost, 1 scramble, and then 4 defense training, and then the 3/4 split of the closes. As you can see right here, right? The promo one, 4 Landramon is a must. And he's running 4 of the promo cost close as well. I think it's just so much. Oh wait, yeah. Wait, what? Cost 4. That's weird. That's strange. This is the promo is super important to be able to add sources so you can reduce the cost of your source. So you can kind of like, ironically, right, with this and Gagumon, you digiburst 1, you place it back, you can digiburst again, and then like do that. You just infinite sources race if you think about it like that for the Gagumon, which is pretty interesting. And then same with the mem setter one, being able to when any of your Digimon digivolve into Mineral Rock, trade Digimon suspend its tamer, place those 2 cards with Mineral Rock from the trash to the bottom of sources. So do a lot. They're super important for the deck to be able to do shenanigans. Next we got is top 16 Pyramid, piloted by Usami V. I just realized he is not writing the option, which is crazy to me. This option right here, this is what I'm talking about. Zofer Kabas. This adds piercing, collision, and reboot, and +3k, and has protection of your opponent's effects can return to the hand or deck. I feel like that's so important to the decks. I'm surprised the other version didn't have it. He was just like full send on everything, right? Again, this is an interesting list because the Progano, the low 5 champion, is not being run. A lot of people, I guess, in EU prefer the Gagumons. It was just interesting. Nothing different from your level 3 lineup. You kind of have this ratio because of the Gatsu X being able to Evo that adds more sources to your Pyramid attacks. The 8 Landramons now running the Golemon, running the Seraph, the Mercurymon. Being able to on-play when Digivolve until the end of your opponent's turn, this Digimon can't be returned to the hand or deck by your opponent's effects. So having that potential hybrid for game, or even if you're stuck and you don't have a rookie, you can Evo your close into this. You gain that protection, and then you can start Evoing up the chain if that's all you have, which is pretty good. Obviously, you don't want to sacrifice close, but sometimes you might have to. Again, 4 Gagumon, the OG one, and then 3 of the newer one. This has the inheritable of when one of your opponent's Digimon attacks, you may change the attack target to this Digimon. So a redirect, really good. 4 Pyramid, and then 2 Medieval. Again, this is what we're seeing. This is the trend for Pyramid. Run 2 Medieval. If you can't OTK, drop that Medieval Gallimon, and then you're just set up for the following turn. Options: 3 boosts, 2 scrambles, 3 defense training, and then, like I talked about this before, the Zofer Kabas option. Really good card in my opinion. And 3/3 split of your closes. Not bad. Next, you got Mother Shoto Black Hybrid. This is probably by top 16 Frozen Games. Cool. The whole idea about this deck is you play a whole bunch of black tamers, you evo into your black hybrids, and then you do shenanigans with setting it up for your hybrid plays. Not your hybrid plays, for your ace plays. Evo with chain, get like protection or something like that, or give mother blocker sometimes, because I think this OG one gives blocker to one of your Digimon. This one can be returned to the hand or deck by your opponent's effects, opponent's turn, plus 2k. This one has you can evo obviously over your Mercurymons, and then when Digivolve one of your opponent's Digimon, gain starter main phase attack with this Digimon. So you're just setting up for your ace plays, or forcing them to block into the mother if you have, you know, blocker on it. 2 Edamon. I'm surprised there's only 2 Edamon. Usually you kind of run like 3 to 4 because you want to force some attacks so you can do the ace plays. 4 Mamimon is a must. You want to play your tames for free and set up your draws. 4 Rapidmons, again, another way to give protection to your ace plays, which is pretty cool. Digivolve one of your opponent's Digimon, and if you have a green tamer, Until the end of your opponent's turn, your opponent's effects can't delete this Digimon or returns to hand or deck. And then inheritable, trash your opponent's Digimon. Trash your security, I'm sorry. For Shao Sarafi. For Medieval Gallon, this deck doesn't care about giving memory to your opponent because they have many ways of just outing things. And then for Mega Gargo, crazy. Corsimon, talked about Corsimon earlier. This definitely slows down the game state for your opponent and they can't do much. And you're gonna have a lot of tamers yourself, so you could gain a lot of memory off of it and do the win attack and suspend one of your opponent's Digimon tamers, then trash the top card your opponent's carry stack for every 5 suspended Digimon tamers. So that's gonna add up real fast with all these tamers. You got 4, 8, 10, 14, 16 tamers too, which is crazy. And then 2 paladin modes, another way to stop Purple Hybrid from doing Purple Hybrid shenanigans. Tamers for Sasuke, you can evo over your hybrids, and then end a turn unmind link, so you keep recycling your tamers, which is pretty cool. 4 ties to make your mother as big as possible and draw. This one allows your opponent's turn when you use blocker to suspend one of your Digimon. You may suspend this tamer to unsuspend one of your Digimon, so you gain blocker. You can make your mother block twice. 4 Shotos to give mother off rib blocker, hopefully. And then 2 Digimon Emperor, because this is the 8 style deck. You want to slow down your opponent as much as possible. Next, we got Mother Shoto Ace Control. Again, this is basically very similar. It's just without the hybrid black hybrids. You're running the Mother, the Shoto combo, slow down your opponent, hard drop a lot of low 5s, and then set for your ace plays, or you can hard drop your aces as well, which is really good. As you can see, you got a whole variety of colors and Digimon in this deck. You got Edamon to force them attack. You got the Magumon to play your tamers. He's running a lot of tamers. Magna Angemon to recover 6 of them in total. One of the OG 7 cost one that recovers one, and then the new one that recovers as well. 4 Shadow Sarafi, 1 Vike, 2 Medieval, a way to just hard drop something to give her board state. Mega Gargo, 2 Volk Aces. Serafimon Ace. This is a very Secon style with all the recovery. I see you got more Sec Bombs than the other version has. Dexmon, Crimson Mode, Paladin Mode, Burst Mode. Burst Mode allows you to play your tamers. Does not matter what color they are. You can just play a tamer card from your hand. Then for the turn, one of your opponent's Digimon gets neg 5k for each tamer. So it doesn't matter. The only effect that matters is the one attacking, suspend 2 of your yellow tamers, and then gain sex attack +1. But he has tamers. You got the TK, so I mean you can potentially swing, 2 checks, easy. Then options. 2 Laplace's Demons, force your opponent's attack. Blades of the True. Wow, I haven't seen this card in years. So this, you don't ever want to recover this in security because it doesn't have a security effect. So the main effect is draw 1, and then for every 2 security cards you have, for every 2 security effect, activate this main. Oh, it does. My fault. I didn't realize it had a security effect. It does have a main effect. I know some of the OG yellow ones didn't have it. So that's cool. So if you have 6, if you're at what 6 security, you're drawing 3 off this card for 2. That's not bad at all. 2 Heaven's Judgment. You're gonna have a shit ton of colors on this board, so you can kill things pretty easily. Lonky's OG card at this point. When you're at 3, you can bottom deck. You can put something in security and then neg something to death. And then Tamers, tie 2 of the this tie as well, so make your mother's block multiple times. 4 Shotos, 2 Digimon Emperor, and then 2 TKs. Really interesting style deck. If I were to ever play Secon, this purple, this black hybrid style, this style that's like more the ace plays, I would rather run this than like an actual Secon deck. And finally, the lonely Mirage. What sucks is this deck might not get hit just because it hasn't been doing as well since 2.0 dropped, or EX8 I should say, I think. Top 16 Green Vortex piloted Mirage. I'm not gonna stay too long on Mirage doing Mirage things. Got a bunch of floodgates to deal with annoying things. Your Galgamon to facilitate the play. Juan Kuns play things out and do shenanigans. Mirage and Hexablau. You know, this is the main go-tos for the deck. Surprisingly, no buff, which is interesting because at this point it feels like that's a must, a gimme in this deck to run. And then 4 boosts, 4 trainings, 1 scramble, 1 I always forget the name of this, full moon meteor impact, and then 2/2 split atomises. Really good. Still a good deck. It's a tier 1 deck still, or tier 1-ish deck right now. Deck is still doing Mirage things. But anyways, with that being said, if you like this content and you want to see more of it, hit the like button, subscribe as well. Tell me what you think about the meta we're in. We're about to be in 2.5. That's going to change a lot of things up. What y'all think about the current format? I think it's pretty diverse. Look at this pie chart. It's pretty diverse, with purple hybrid being in the lead. With that being said as well, I'm your boy Dan. Sign off. Catch you on the next one. Peace out.